Cybersleuths are diving into the final moments surrounding Liam Payne's passing, and it's raising some interesting theories. So before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell. So according to the Cybersleuths, it appears that the last photos of Liam's place were staged, with certain items positioned inconsistently. While mainstream media initially shared images showing substances supposedly placed on a coffee table, Cybersleuths are now saying they were actually positioned on a shelving unit near the television, with hints like a specific lampshade and an ornament providing clues. This discovery has sparked a theory that Liam's clothing was potentially moved before the images were taken.
This is obviously the room that Liam Payne stayed in. I can prove that the whole substances was staged. All of it, okay? The box above the TV, it's got yellow corners to it, yeah? Down here is a little tea station. Obviously there is clothes on that unit over there. Pay attention to the clothes on that unit over there. This is said substances on coffee table, okay? Coffee table. A couple of the hotel rooms look identical, okay? So this one's obviously got the TV and the boxes above. But if you notice, there's no tea station and the boxes has green corners, not yellow, okay? So this wasn't Liam Payne's room, but it's identical. Again, this is the room that Liam Payne stayed in. It's got the tea station. It's got the boxes above there. So from a different angle of the exact room that Liam Payne stayed in, because it's got the yellow corners and the tea station, this is the coffee table, okay? The picture that was taken, where is the edges on the table? Where's the rug in the background? Doesn't exist, okay? A different angle of the room that Liam Payne stayed in, the exact room, again, yellow corners on the box, tea station, table. If you look onto the end part of the what's it called, the unit, there's a silver lamp, okay? A silver lamp. A bit like the silver lamp taken in this picture here at the top left corner. That to me looks a lot like this corner here where Liam Payne's clothes are. So Liam Payne's clothes must have been moved out of the way for those substances to have been put there. Telling you now there was never anything on a coffee table, because the coffee table looks completely different and the substances were placed here. Behind the TV is where that little lamp is. You can see the switch there for it hanging out. This is staged. I'm telling you now, there is something wrong with the whole thing. All completely staged. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, so it looks like, according to these photographs, that his clothes were moved for them to be able to take this photo. So in one photo, his clothes are there, and then shortly afterwards, it looks like they just moved his clothes to the side to stage this photo to make it seem like he was using substances before he passed, and is just trying to push this narrative that he was just high and fell off. It's been shared that before his passing, Liam was in the company of 2 ex-workers, a situation that apparently costed around $5,000 USD. Though it's rumored he refused to cover the fee, so he didn't pay them. Also, Liam was either unconscious or barely conscious when he fell from his balcony, adding to the tragedy and mystery. And also, his Rolex is nowhere to be found. So did these ex-workers steal it as payment? The now infamous last photo leaked by TMZ is under particular scrutiny, as it shows a wicker chair positioned on Liam's leg, a chair that Cybersleuths point out wasn't actually out on the deck, making the scene appear as though it had been altered somehow, like was Liam somehow tossed down with this chair. Liam was also reportedly wearing his hat and backpack as if he was ready to leave, further complicating the timeline. It was revealed by ABC News that authorities have deemed Liam's passing as quote-unquote unintentional, though the Cybersleuths deep dive has brought up additional unsettling details, like the large nearby operation linked to rug sales. You know what word I'm trying to say. Rug sales. Reportedly linked to a number of passings over recent years.
In Argentina, 5 miles away and a couple of other locations, is a rug place, okay? And these rugs, a few years ago, have been known to have unalived 20 people. 70 or so, I think he said, have been hospitalised previously in the past, but 20 unalived. The side effects of these rugs are convulsions, hallucinations, heart attacks. I have a new theory, right? I know I done one the other day, but as more information comes out, it's still basically the same. It still adds up. It's still, I don't think there was ever an ex-girlfriend at that hotel. And I think the hotel staff have said that to throw people off the scent of what's actually going on. And what's actually going on is that the hotel and the staff, and maybe Roger, his manager, are to blame for this tragedy. And here is why. It's obviously been known that the staff were getting Liam these rugs for whatever reason, even though they were told not to. They've given him this. He was downstairs in the lobby. He started to convulse. Okay, I don't think he was getting aggressive. I don't think he was smashing up a laptop, because if he was, someone would have been there. Someone would have filmed it. He was very famous. A lot of people have taken pictures and videos from afar already, and they would have shared that on social media, because unfortunately that's just the world we live in these days. I don't think he was ever aggressive in the lobby. I think he was convulsing in the lobby, and that's why they took him back up to his room, because they knew what they had given him. They knew what these rugs do. They knew about the side effects, and they knew where this was going. So they took him up to his room. The guy that was on the news has said across the room that he was staying in, who was opposite Liam's room, he heard shouting, a lot of shouting, and he heard furniture being moved around, and he thought that there was renovations on the room. He saw staff coming in and out of Liam's room constantly. I think that was staff that is taken up to Liam's room. Liam then unfortunately passed in his room. The staff knew about it, so they thought, we've got to stage this, we've got to cover our backs somehow. Smashing up the room a little bit, screaming and shouting at each other because they're panicking like crazy. They know that he's gone. They think, right, we can't just leave him in here, because one, if he starts to decay, is that the word? I can't remember what the word is, but body's not, they're going to have to renovate the room. They're going to lose stars on the hotel. They're going to have to make it look like a tragedy of a star that's got into rugs, got into a right rut with his mental health and whatever, and just done it, just gone. That's why the CCTV wasn't working, because the staff were in there, out of there, doing that, in his room, staging the whole thing. They've messed up on a couple of things. As I've said from my previous videos, you can see where they've planted things, because it's the same and not the same, and it's obvious. But I think 100% hotel staff, there was never an ex-girlfriend there on the floor above. They've said that as a distraction. If he does have a watch that's gone missing, it's the staff that have taken it. I think that Roger, the manager, has potentially paid the staff to cover their backs because of where they are all in on it together. Roger arranged his hotel for him. Roger supposedly arranged these girls the night before, but I don't think there was any girls there, because he was messaging Joe. He was messaging, is it Nicole Scherzinger? He was messaging loads of people the night before. He wasn't with anyone. He wouldn't have been able to be. His time was occupied messaging other people. He even sent a picture of him chilling in the room. The hotel and the staff are fully to blame for this.
So it's a chilling sequence of events, and the public's left wondering what truly happened in those final moments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already by hitting my face here. And let's roll the outro. Bye, guys. I love you.